Hello and welcome guys, we're back for another stream. So today we're going to be looking at the Tyranid data sheets. I'm also going to look at a few Aeldari data sheets that I missed last time that Harley did actually send to me whilst I was streaming on Monday, but I didn't get around to them. So we're going to have a look at them first and then we're going to go into the Tyranid data sheets. Firstly, is the audio okay? Anyone know? Let me know how the audio is, because last time, for some reason, the audio went wrong. I think it was because I plugged the mic in after, but after I started the stream, like an idiot. So, we have Discord. It will be in the description, so if you want to come and join us and talk to us and discuss 10th edition and list building and what units are doing what, then join the Discord, and it'd be great to have you in there. The more the merrier, chatting about Warhammer. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start talking about the striking Scorpions and Karandras. Oh, there's a bit of an echo. Okay, I'm going to take this mic out. What about now, Ollie? Can you hear me? Is it okay? Is this any better? Just waiting for Ollie to reply because there's a bit of a delay on replies. Obviously, because it's, you know, streaming and all that. I'll just sip some coffee. All good now? Okay. Excellent. Okay, let's go into having a look at Karandras and the striking Scorpions. Thank you very much, Serpent, and Ollie, thank you. So, Karandras is movement 7, T3, 2-up save. 2-up save, very nice. 5 wounds. 6-up leadership, OC1. So he has Anthrust Bane. So it's an assault pistol. We have 12-inch range, 2 attacks, ballistic skill 2+, strength 5, -1, 2 damage. Not bad, not bad. I think in the current thing it's not too bad. Then we have Anthrust Bane, which is sustained hits 1, which is melee, 5 attacks, 2-up, weapon skill, strength 8, -3, 2 damage. That's very nice. And then we have Istamahil, sustained hits 1 again. There's a lot of sustained, a lot of explodings. This is 8 attacks, 2-up, weapon skill, strength 6, -1, 1 damage. So maybe against slightly less hardy opponents, that would be the better option. More attacks, hopefully more chances of getting that sustained hits. And then we have he has the Strands of Fate, he has the Infiltrator keyword, is the leader keyword. I'm imagining he can only be the leader of Striking Scorpions. He has Shadow Hunter. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Very nice. +1 to hit. Can't complain about that. I'm assuming he gets +1 to hit as well, so basically he'll always be hitting on a 2, because if he gets -1 to hit, he'll get +1 to hit. Each time this model makes a melee attack, if it made a charge move this turn, a successful unmodified hit roll of a 4 scores a critical hit. So he's always wounding on 4s if he charged. Ooh, that is nice. So that means he'll be getting exploding hits on 4+ when he charges, and he'll be wounding on a 4+. Oh no, because sustained hits is hits, not so unmodified. Sorry, hit roll. So he will be getting explodies on a hit roll of 4+, but he won't be wounding on 4s. But yeah, still really nice. That means they're going to be super exploding all of these attacks. That's really, really good. I like him a lot. And then we have War Gear abilities. Scorpion's Bite. Melee weapons equipped by the bearer have the Devastating Wounds ability when they target units without the Titanic keyword. So just anyone apart from Titanic is getting mortal wounded on 6s. That's really nice. And he has a 4-up invuln. Very good indeed. Then we have the Striking Scorpions, who he will be leading. Movement 7, T3, 3-up save, 1 wound, 2 for the Exarch. OC 1, leadership 6+. So we have Scorpion's Claw, which strength 4 -1/1 damage, 2 attacks, which is a pistol. And then we have another pistol, which is the Shuriken pistol, which is the exact same but only 1 shot. Then we have melee weapons, Bite and Blade, which is 5 attacks, weapon skill 3+, strength 5 -1/2 damage. Then we have Scorpion's Chainsword. Sorry, the Bite and Blade sustained hits 1 as well. So, in fact, all of the melee weapons are exploding. Sustained hits 1. Scorpion Chainsword, which is strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage, 4 attacks. And then we have the Scorpion's Claw, which is the only one that's weapon skill 4+. It's 4 attacks, strength 8, -2, 2 damage. Not bad, not bad. There's quite a lot of volume on them attacks. You know, there's quite a lot of volume of attacks coming out of these guys, which there should be, because, and then the sustained hits on top of that. You know, because they're like, you know, hardy elite boys, and they have 5-up invulnerable save. Melee weapons equipped by the bearer have this Devastating Wounds ability, when targeting units without monster or vehicle keywords. Okay. It's nice. Get a few mortals through. If you could get some sort of wound roll, if you could wound on a re-roll for the wound, it would be very nice. Okay, let's have a look at the next data sheet that Harley sent us, which is the Dire Avengers. Okay, so the Dire Avengers. So we've got movement 7, T3, 4-up save, 1 wound, 2 wounds to the Exarch, 6-up, OC1. Avenger Shuriken Catapult, so what we've seen, like, oh no, the Avenger Shuriken Catapult's different. It's 18-inch range, 3 attacks, but other than that, it's the same as the Shuriken Pistol, which is strength 4, -1/1 damage. It's assault and it's lethal hits, so you will be getting auto 6s with auto wound, which is nice. Then we have close combat weapons, strength 3, 0 AP, 1 damage. The Dire Sword has Devastating Wounds, strength 4, -2, 1 damage. That's quite nice. And the Power Glaive is strength 5, -2, 1 damage. They're all quite nice. Obviously the close combat weapon's crap, but other than that, the others are quite nice. Then it has Defense Tactics. Each time you target this unit with Fire Overwatch stratagem, while resolving that stratagem, hits are scored on unmodified hit rolls of 5+, or unmodified hit rolls of 4+, instead if that unit is within range of an objective mark you control. Oof. That's going to be naughty. I didn't think they were going to be giving anyone, like, hitting better on Overwatch, because you're able to Overwatch, like, at least twice a turn in your opponent's turn. Oh, that's gonna be horrible. That is nasty, very nasty. Yeah, I mean, they're not amazing output in shooting, but it's still, you know, the volume, and we don't know what else, you know, other buffs are coming for them. Then we have the Wave Serpent. So we have movement 14, toughness 9. Okay, same as the old Rhino, and I think it's the Fire Prism was the same. 3-up save, 13 wounds, 6-up leadership, 2 OC. Only 2 OC. Okay. Interestingly, you can only have 6 dedicated transports, and like 9th edition, you have to start a unit in the transport, otherwise the transport, like, dies. So Shuriken Cannons, sustain its 1, strength 6, -1/2 damage, 3 shots. We've seen the missile launchers, the Bright Lance, the twin scatter laser, which we twin linked, which is nice. Twin Shuriken Cannons, twin Shuriken Catapult, twin Star Cannon. Star Cannon, strength 8, -3, 2 damage. And then Wraithbone Hulls, strength 6, no AP, 1 damage. Only 3 attacks at weapon skill 4, okay. Wave Serpent Shield. Once per battle, you can select one enemy unit that's within 12 inches and visible to this model. Roll a d6 on a 2+. The enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds and must take a battle shock test. So this is now gone back to what it was in 8th edition, where you can sort of like blow up the shield. But is the shield giving you anything? And what's the 2 red marks on the thing? I don't know what that is. But it's got 5+ invuln. It just keeps the 5+ invuln forever. It's just the shield can do d3 mortal wounds and then make you take a battle shock test. It's a bit shit, isn't it? Like, d3 mortal wounds is nice, but I mean, it's just a bit boring. Like, nothing happens other than that, other than you just pulse the shield out, and then what's the shield doing? Do you lose the 5+ invuln? Because it doesn't say you do, so I'm gathering you don't. It's a bit shit in terms of rules writing, but maybe they'll make that more exciting when the codexes comes out. Okay, then we've got one more of the Aeldari, and then we're going to move on to Zenids. And we have Asuna, Asuman. Okay, so this is the Dire Avenger guy, ain't he? Yeah. So he's a Phoenix Lord, his movement 70, 3 to up save, 5 wounds, leadership 6+, 1 OC. I like the fact we haven't seen any like max wounds per phase so far. I'm quite glad they got rid of that. The Bloody Twins, assault, lethal hits, and pistol, 24-inch range, attack 6, 2 up ballistic skill, strength 4, -1/2 damage, very nice. And then the Sword of Asur, devastating wounds, attack 6, weapon skill 2+, strength 6, -3, 3 damage, really nice. Then you have Hand of Asuriman. While the model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. So it seems like they're just going to, each Phoenix Lord is going to add 1 to your hit roll for their unit. And then once per turn, you can target this model's unit with the Fire Overwatch stratagem for 0 CP and can do so even if you... Okay, so not only can you fire Overwatch on a 5+ or 4+, now you can do it for 0 CP. And you can do it if Overwatch has already been fired. So you're probably firing in your opponent's movement phase twice, depending on ranges and stuff, but that's very, very, very nice. Makes me nervous. Very nervous. Yeah, but that is all of the other Aeldari sheets that I had. So now we're going to move over to the Tyranids. So these are just the Leviathan Tyranid sheets. I don't think we've got any releases today. From what I've seen of the pathway of how things are dropping. I think the next time something drops is tomorrow, which I think is all Space Marine data sheets. So hopefully I'll do a stream on Friday, because then we could look at all the rest of the Space Marine and the Tyranid data sheets as well. I mean, that might take a long while, but so movement 6, T2, 6 up save, 4 wounds, leadership 8, OC 0. Oh, that means they can't hold objectives. Oh, I hope they don't do that to Scarab Swarms. I'll be really annoyed, because it just makes things a little bit shit, doesn't it? Don't get me wrong, there should only be OC 1 for each swarm, but So Spine Moors, pistol, 6-inch range, strength 3, 0p, 1 damage. It is 4 of them, but I mean, Bliss hitting on 5s, it's not really doing anything. Probably not going to bother shooting it very often, unless you're firing it into absolute crap like Guardsman or something like that. Xenos Claws and Teeth, sustained hits 1, 6 attacks, weapon skill 5, strength 2, 0p, 1 damage. Strength 2. So they're wounding Marines on 6s. Again, are you even going to bother using that? They've got Synapse and Deep Strike, and they've got one enemy unit is within engagement range of this unit, half the objective control characteristic of more than that unit. I'm assuming these are going to be about 2 points. That might be a bit too cheap, but do you know what I mean? They're 4 wounds, so they're probably going to be like 15 points. But yeah, I mean, other than just sitting on objectives, and there's quite a lot of out of line of sight shooting, which, from what I've seen, a lot of their out of line of sight shooting ignores the -1 to hit and cover. So, I mean, they'll probably just get shot off by that. But yeah, interesting. They've made a unit that's just a bit. It's just chaff, isn't it? Like, use it as a screen or whatever, or just to try and deny some deep strike. Hopefully it's cheap enough. That's what the job is. But has anyone else seen anything about these Ripper Swarms that I'm missing that looks good? I mean, you know, halving the OC. That's what I was going to ask, actually, if anyone knows. It says, one enemy unit is within engagement range of this unit, half the objective control characteristics of models in that unit. It doesn't say round down, round up. I'm assuming somewhere in the core rules it always says you always round up for if you're halving anything, or you always round down. I'm assuming it's you always round up, so that means if someone's got OC1, then you just still got OC1, but if they've got OC2, they go down to 1. Any thoughts on that, anyone? Let me know in the comments. Or the chat. Okay, next up, we have Screamer Killers. Movement 8, T9, 2-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 8+. It's quite low leadership. It's very low leadership, in fact, so these boys might be getting battle shocked a bit. OC 3, not massive on the OC. I was expecting a 5 from like a Carnifex, really. Well, maybe that's, I don't know, I feel like Carnifexes are pretty big, aren't they? Bioplasmic Scream, Assault, Blast, 18-inch range, D6 +3, 4-up ballistic skill, strength 8, -2, 1 damage. Very nice. I like it. I like it. Strength 8's nice against infantry. -2's nice. Yeah. And then the Screamer Killer Talons. Considering these aren't the shooty version, these are the close combat version. Melee is 10 attacks. Oof. 3-up weapon skill. Strength 10, -2, 3 damage. That is a nice profile. In your shooting phase after this model is shot, select one enemy unit from one or more of those attacks. That unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the test just for shooting at it. I tell you what, we're going to be forever rolling battle shock tests. No, sorry, you got to do a battle shock test. Oh no, hang on, wait, another battle shock test. Oh no, I shot at him with battle shock test. Oh no, battle shock test. It's crazy. The Great Devourer is a monster. He's got no war gear options. He's just a Screamer Killer. I'm gathering like maybe old One Eye can go with these. Is old One Eye still a thing? Isn't he the Carnifex dude? I think so. Okay, Psychophage. Movement 8, T9, 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 8, plus OC 3. So they have Psychoclastic Torrent. Ignores cover, Torrent, 12-inch range. So it's D6 shots, strength 6, -1, 1 damage. Not bad. It's a flamer. It's alright. Talons and Be Tentacled Maw. Anti-Psycho 2 plus Devastating Wounds. D6 plus 1 attacks. Free up weapon skill. Strength 6 -1 2 damage. So he's doing mortal wounds against psychers on 2+ to wound. That is nice. That is very, very nice. Biostimulus Aura. While a friendly Tyranid unit is within 6 inch model, they have a 6 up feel no pain. Again, very nice. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a unit that is below starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If it's below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll. That's very nice as well. Feeding Frenzy. Really cool rule. He has a 5 up feel no pain innately, which is very good. I like the Psychophage. Seems cool. Movement 8. If he could have had another couple of inch movement on him, I think, you know, so he can come out from behind terrain a little bit easier. I mean, I don't actually know how big he is. I'm assuming he's sort of Triarch Stalker size. But yeah, cool model. Cool rules. And then we got the Barb Gauntlets. Movement 6, T4, 4 up save, 2 wounds, 8+ leadership, OC 1. So, Biocannon, 24 inches, blast and heavy, D6, 4+ ballistic skill, strength 5, 0p, 1 damage, and then the Xenos Claws and Teeth, attacks 1, 4 up weapon skill, strength 4, 0p, 1 damage. And then they've got the Disruption Bombardment. We've seen this. Basically, you subtract, if you hit an infantry unit, you subtract 2 from the move characteristic and the advance and charge rolls, which is very good. That's slowing down your enemy, stopping them getting on objectives, stopping them getting in combat that little bit earlier, which you don't want. There's no sort of war gear options. They are as they are. You can take 5 or 10. Okay, Termagants. Strength 6 T3, 5 up save, 1 wound, 2 OC. I'm gathering these are Battleline. They're not Battleline. Endless Multitude. Okay, Flesh Borer Assault. So it's 1 attack, 4 up ballistic skill, strength 5, 0p, 1 damage. Termagant Spine Fists and Devourer. Strength 3, 0, and then strength 4, 0, all 1 damage. Yeah, I mean, they're not amazing, but they're alright. Xenos Claws and Teeth, strength 3, 0p, 1 damage, 1 attack. Again, not amazing. And then once per turn, when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or full back move within 9 inches of this unit, if this unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move up to D6. That is a really cool rule. I have seen it on some other stuff. I believe that the Gladius detachment has that as a stratagem as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's not a rule that's just... who else has it? The Rangers have it as well. The Aldari. I feel like it might be one of them rules that they throw out a little bit too much. Do you find, like, GW with their rules, so they do, like, transhuman, there was loads of it in 9th. And then -1 damage, loads of that in 9th. And then the phase cap a little bit, but not so much. But in this, it's like, oh, sticky objectives, everyone's got it. You know, this rule seems to be pretty common. But they've got rid of the other rules. I don't know. Just seems they come up with a rule and they're like, yeah, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. And it just feels like make some differences, make up a different rule. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I mean, writing rules for this many data sheets must be hard work. 10 and 20 Termagants. Every model is equipped with a Flesh Borer, Xenos Claws and Teeth. And you can change the Devour the Spine Fists. The Neuro Tyrant. So this guy is new. Movement 6, T8, 4 up save, wounds 9, 7+ leadership, 3 OC. Ranged weapons. Psychic Scream, ignores cover, Psychic Torrent, 8-inch range, 2d6, flamer basically, strength 5, -1, 2 damage. Very nice. And then the Neuro Tyrant, Claws and Lashes, attack 6, weapon skill 3+, strength 5, 0p, damage 1. So it's alright in combat, but not amazing. The flame is actually pretty good. So they have the Node Lash. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. If the target is battle shugged, add 1 to the wound roll as well. That's nice. If one or more Neuro Tyrants from your army on the battlefield, you unleash the shadow in the. When you unleash the shadow in the warp, subtract 1 from battle shock tests each time an enemy unit on the battlefield makes a test takes as a result. Ooh, that's good. Very good. It's going to mean a lot of people are going to be battle shocked. In your command phase, you can select up to 2 friendly Tyranid units with 12 inches of this model. If this unit, until the start of your next command phase, the selected units are considered to be within synapse range of your army. Okay, so you're sort of boosting your synapse, and he's got 4 up invuln. What did the old Psychophage have? Did we see? Oh, please render in. And load. No? Okay, cool. So that's the Neuro Tyrant, and then we have the Von Ryan's Leapers. So the Von Ryan Leapers are movement 10, great movement. I'm assuming they're infantry. Yes, they are. T5, 4 up save, 3 wounds, leadership 8+, OC 1. And they have just the melee weapons, which are the Leaper's Talons, which is attack 6, 3 up weapon skills, strength 5, AP 1, 1 damage. Very nice. Fights first, infiltrators and stealth. So they can infiltrate. So they always fight first, even when you charge them, because that's how fight first works now. Ooh, that's naughty. Stealth, you want to be shooting these guys at her. -1 to hit, so it'll be -1 to hit when you shoot them. Synapse, is stealth only ranged? I'll have to look that up. And then Pouncing Leap, you can target this unit with a Heroic Intervention, which is very good for 0 CP, even if you've already done it. And they've got 6 up invuns. Cool. And then we have the Neurogaunts, which are movement 6 T3, 6 up save, 1 wound, leadership 8+, OC 1. And they have Xenos Claws and Teeth, which are strength 3, 0 AP 1 damage, 1 attack each, hitting on a 4. Not great. While this unit is within synapse range of your army, it has the synapse keyword. So they're just sort of spreading that synapse a bit further, and probably maybe holding some objectives and screening out what they're good for. And then we have, I think, the Tyranid Prime. The Winged Prime. That's the Endless Multitudes infantry. They don't have battle line. Looks like Gaunts aren't going to be battle line for this. Interestingly as well, on the Games Workshop website, they're now using keywords to put stuff into for search purposes. And Flayed ones have got Infiltrate, which is really cool. I like the fact they've got Infiltrate. And also the Tomb Blades have got Scout Move, which I think is very much needed for Necrons, because, you know, the Infiltrate and Scout Move just makes us a little bit more mobile, because that's something Necrons obviously do struggle with. I'm wondering if we're still going to have the what's the Veil of Darkness. I hope we still have that stratagem, but maybe it'll only be with a certain detachment, because now he's got the different detachments. So, or maybe it will only be in the codex, or it's in one of the codex detachments. But it'll be interesting. So movement 12, T5, 4 up save, 6 wounds, 7 up leadership, OC 1. So they have Prime Talons, attack 6, 2 up weapon skills, strength 6, -1, 2 damage. Not bad at all. And then we have Deep Strike. He's a leader. He can lead. I did look at this. He can lead gargoyles and basically Tyranid warriors. Shadow in the Warp and Synapse. And then he's Alpha Warrior. While this model is leading a unit, weapons equipped by this model's units have sustained hits 1 ability. which would be really nice. If you've got him with like a unit of, I don't know how many Tyranid warriors you can have in this edition, but I think it was up to 9 in the last edition, in 9th. So if you could have him with 9 Tyranid warriors, like with all the shooting or all the melee, and you just getting a load of exploding 6s, it's just going to make them that much more lethal. And he's not bad himself with 6 attacks at strength 6 minus 1/2 damage. He's gonna kill some elites. He's gonna kill some marines. You know, if this model is destroyed by a melee attack, if it has not fought this phase, roll a d6 and a 4+. Do not remove it from play. That destroyed model can fight after the attacking model's unit has finished the attacks and removed from play. Death blow. So I'm assuming that like the Hive Tyrant, some of the other models like that are gonna have death blow as well. Basically, instead of exploding like a vehicle, like the old Deadly Demise, they're going to have a chance to hit if they haven't had the chance to fight. Which I like the fact it's on a 4+. It's not just a guaranteed. Makes it a little bit, you know, a little bit random. So, what are your thoughts and feelings, guys, on the Tyranids? Or from what we've seen, the Tyranid data sheets. I think it's interesting with these keywords. We're going to see a lot more of these with the GW website with the keywords, and you know, we can now tell what some of these models can do in the new edition, like stuff like scout or infiltrate or fly. You can see what units have got fly. You can see what units are HQs and all that sort of thing. So it is interesting. I think Tyranids are looking good. They look quite thematic with the whole shadow in the warp and everything else. And from what GW has said in the interviews, like they're going to have like a swarm detachment. They're going to have like a big monster detachment. So you can play them in all these different ways, which that's one thing I really like about when you look at armies. Like I want them to see them being able to be played in different ways, not just this is the only way to play them. And I want each way to be that you can play them all to be like competitive, not as in you can go and win GTs. Like you'd have to go and be able to win GTs of them all, but I feel like you should be able to go and be able to win games. Do you know what I mean? If you go to like a little RTT, you should be able to win games with them. Obviously that's down to player skill as well, but you know what I'm saying. Like I want to see them being able to be played in different ways and then be as good as each other basically, and have good internal balance within the codexes. That's what I really like to see, and within the index as well. It's good internal balance, and maybe the way they've done these data sheets, you're going to be able to have that because they're now doing the points every 3 months rather than the balanced data slates, because with all of these data sheets having all of the abilities on them, it's easier I think to then point them to be able to change which data sheets are too good, which data sheets aren't good enough, and then you can get like a good balance internally on those codexes. Okay, do we have a look at GW? I don't think we've got any other data sheets to look at. Yeah, I don't think we've got any other data sheets to look at really, so it's just gonna have a look through, see if there's anything on like the Votan, because I've looked at the Necrons to see like their keywords, so it'll be interesting to see what the Votan have on theirs. See if there's anything new or different, or if they've got the same. I'm assuming the bikes are still going to have Scout, the old Pioneers. Warhammer 40,000. Okay. Space Marines. I think they come under Xenos, the old Votan. There we are. So let's go down, and then we can look at battle line. So we know what the battle line is. Characters. We've got the one epic hero, which is epic heroes are basically named characters from everything that I've seen. We've got one unit that can fly. We've got 2 units that can scout. Ooh, the Sagittar is going to be able to scout. That's interesting. Very interesting. I'm assuming that the fly is going to be the bikes. Yeah. Sagittar's going to be able to scout. That's quite cool. I wonder what it would be. Like, probably his own movement. Like, it might be 9 inches or something like that. We've got 5 leaders. Let's get rid of the fly. Okay, for the Destined is still a leader. It's just he's an epic hero as well. The Ironhead Champion. I wonder what he'll be like. Very interesting. Is there anyone else we should look up other than leagues? Let's have a look at Drukhari actually, because my brother plays Drukhari, so let's have a look at them. See if what units are saying for them. Oh, get rid of leagues. Where have we gone? So, let's have a look. Drukhari. Battle line. We've got 5 battle line units. So look what they are. Witches, Cavalry Warriors. Ah, Halfkin Warriors. Because I haven't got rid of leagues of Votan. Let's get rid of leagues. That's better. Ah, the Corsair Voidsguard are now battle line. Interesting. Oh no. So we've got characters. So we have Drazar, Homunculus, Archon, and Lilith Hesperax. What about the other Homunculus? What's his face? I'm assuming he's been put into Legends or something. I can't remember his name for the life of me. So let's have a look at some of the things that might give us stuff away. So Scouts, what have we got on Scout? Let's get rid of the character. So the Corsair Voidsguard are going to be able to scout. Interesting. Interesting. Deep Strike. Oh. Right, get off. Deep Strike. Yeah, as we thought. So the Venoms can now Deep Strike, Ravagers Deep Strike, Raiders Deep Strike, and the Scourge Deep Strike. Interestingly, not the Mandrakes though. You would have thought Mandrakes would have been Deep Striking. Fortification? Have they got a fortification? Ah, the Webway Gate, of course. What else have we got? We've got Harlequins 1. Oh, it's Webway Gate again. Deep Strike, Fly, Entry, Monster, Mounted, Scouts we've done. So, I don't understand what Mandrakes are going to be doing then. If they're not... Let's have a look at Infantry. If they're not Scouts and they're not Deep Strike, I mean, we've got to take things with a pinch of salt a little bit, but they're not even on here. Are Mandrakes Forge World or something? Mandrakes aren't even on here. Am I going blind? No, I'm not. Well, that's most bizarre. What's the Fly? Yeah, this is very interesting. It's all the units that we sort of expected to fly. Mounted. Where are all like the beasts and stuff? Have they gone? Because, you know, apparently there's 2 monsters. Oh, that'll be the Talos, won't it? So by the looks of things, Talos don't fly anymore, nor the Kronos, and they're monsters. I mean, this is all speculation. Maybe the keywords haven't all lined up, or they haven't given them all the keywords, or whatever. I don't know, but I think it's interesting. You can take a look on here, you know, see what you think. But it's quite gives us a little window. Thanks to Oliver Wingfield for pointing this out to me. But yeah, it gives us a little window into what's going on and what sort of keywords units might have in your armies. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Stop boring you with me looking and going, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to come back on Friday because I think there's going to be a lot more data sheets to look at, a lot more things to discuss. So I will talk to you then. And until the next one, goodbye.